For today, what society says to men. Helly Shah spoken word poetry. This is gonna be one of those rant type videos, which I like to share my opinion about. Hopefully, there will be something that I would have share my opinion about it. But yeah, let's go. Let's check it out.
As a woman, when I first stepped out on the streets with the ability to understand what the society's gestures, expressions, and underlying tones meant, I realized, man, being a woman is a difficult thing. Go back a few words. Man. Men must have it so easy. That's what I thought. That's what I thought for the longest time with the shackles of misogyny.
I love this. I love how it's like poetry, spoken word poetry. Because as the title says as well, I love it. But also, I understand the point where we always think that men have it easier. For me, basically, the moment where I think men have it easier is with childbirth and getting pregnant and childbirth. I feel like that's the only thing where, in my opinion, men have it so much easier. And I'm not backing down when it comes to that one. Like, hell no. You have it so much easier. All you have to do, you know what you have to do. All you have to do is easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right? And then women have to deal with the rest.
Patriarchy, chauvinism, and 10 other jargons we never really deemed important to look up the meaning for. Agreeing to the commonly misinformed, I always thought that men were born with a sense of entitlement in this world. Until now. Until this. 5 things we hear growing up. 5 things society says to men who try to grow up. 1. Men don't cry. Because
exactly. Men crying, like they say, like PSSY if a man cries and stuff. And I definitely don't agree with this. It's actually manly, humanly to cry. And I even mentioned this in my previous videos. Humanly. And there is a man in human. And it's a human thing to cry. So it's totally normal for men to cry. It doesn't mean that they don't feel manly if they're crying or they feel disrespectful.
Women have monopoly over the tears because emotions are just another cover-up for weakness. Well, guess what? When Kevin failed in 5th grade, he didn't cry. When Kevin's mother left him, he didn't cry. When Kevin's girlfriend died, he didn't cry. When Kevin committed suicide, he wondered who would cry. 2. All men are dogs. They are animals. Preying, looking for their next target, the next woman to lie, cheat, harass or betray. Well, certainly, because 1 man or 2 or 20 lakh men is all it takes to define an entire freaking gender. Because the loyalty, faithfulness and everything wonderful that a man's best friend is shoved under the carpet because that one dog couldn't stop humping.
Exactly. Like, this always generalizing, whether with women or men or anything out there. People just generalize based on their own experience one time or by one person. It doesn't work like that. Men are individuals. Women are individual. Like, there is individual human beings. Don't look at them as a gender. It's just one asshole or woman asshole or man asshole who did that. Doesn't mean that everyone is like that.
3. Be a man, said the father who was never there. Said the alcoholic uncle who couldn't stop staring at the blouse of his neighbor's daughter. Be a man. What an ideal to set for a 13-year-old boy who is shaving his non-existent mustache, who's experimenting with the protruding parts of his body, who is so awkward being around the members of the opposite sex, who is struggling to be a teenager in the first place. 4. Real men finish last. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Your ability to stop your ability from doing its job. So hold it. Hold it tight. Masculinity is a word. Humanity is another. So are love, care, and compassion. So maybe if you, dear society, get over what the first one means to you, you'll see what the next few mean to the rest of us. 5. Men will be men. I say they should be. A man should be a man when he sheds his first tear, when he cries his eyes out. A man should be a man and not a dog or a pig or any other animal you could possibly generalize.
Let's go.
A man should be a man when his father comes home drunk and raises his hand. A man should be a man when his daughter brings home a boy. A man should be a man when he's in bed with the woman he loves, cherishes, and appreciates. A man should be a man. And before everything else, a man is a human too. So don't get me wrong. I'm not here trying to change any definitions. This is me trying to fix the misconceptions, not for them, the society, but for me. So the day that I bring home a boy, my father shakes his hand and does not ask for the balance in his bank or what his father does for a living. This one is for all the young girls pretending they have no male friends because their fathers cannot stand the idea that his daughter is safe with them and from them. This one is for all the young men becoming predators, forgetting that they were victims first, victims of society's norms from the moment they were born. So don't get me wrong. This is not a debate about feminism or a million other isms. This is about unlearning years of conditioning and apathy, and instead learning about kindness and empathy. We need to liberate our souls from what it is to be a he or a she, and see what it is to be you and me.
I love
So
it.
this time, let's make it about humanity.
Humanity. Exactly. It's about humanity. Like, yeah,
the day
it's a thing. It's a thing when people keep saying that we humans have this animal in us, you know, this predator type of thing, or instinct, or these things come from the animal in us because we're a part of animal, biologically speaking, and they keep putting that and putting so much pressure on that, and they forgot the human part. You know, we so much emphasize that part that we forget that male have emotions just like women does. And just the fact that they are biologically stronger, more powerful in that way, more animal-like in that way because they're stronger, we take away the emotional part, and we don't think about them as humans in the way that, like, emotionally as women. And I love everything that she said. I'm sorry, I'm sick. So I really definitely agree, and I hope that more people understand that being a man doesn't mean that you have to be strong, and it doesn't also mean the misconception of of a man becoming a predator or being in that way. I just love the way she said it all, and I totally agree with her. I hope in the future we can see men being connected to their emotions first, and I hope that other males who are older can put less pressure on the younger men and teach them how to be a real man instead of just saying be a man, you know. And then what is the definition of a man? Like, what do you mean be a man? What is becoming a man? You know, what does that really mean? And that's the thing, because a lot of men grow up without an idea of what is really to become a man, and they just have this misconception, and they just follow some random guy telling them, for example, Andrew Tate, telling them how to behave as a man, and they see that he's strong physically, and like his thoughts are there and everything, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna become like Andrew Tate because that's what it is to be a man, when in reality that is not what it is. They should listen to the actual real good uncle and the good father teaching them what to be a man truly, and then they can see why Andrew Tate is wrong and what he says is wrong. So that's my opinion.